recently you were not the storyteller, but you were part of the story, as you also had some tragic moments in your life with illness, with yours and with your husband's.
Yeah, that one, you know, I have to take a breath and think about, because I've been rushing all my life in television, doing other stories, other people's.
Meeting deadlines.
Right, and everyone's story was not mine. And then suddenly you're caught in the middle of life and death situations. My husband was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and my mom was also fighting to stay alive after a little bit of a surgical procedure, and she then passed while I was trying to keep my husband alive. And then in the midst of all that, I had a ruptured brain aneurysm, which even till this day I can't imagine how I've been able to survive. But you know, it's very emotional to think about how your husband and you are caregiving and patient, and all of a sudden the roles get switched.
Yes.
And you know, it blindsides you.
They say that when you go through something like that, your whole life flashes before you. Did that happen to you?
Yeah, because my husband keeps telling me even till today that when I went through surgery, you know, I guess the surgeon had told him, we're not sure whether your wife's going to make it. When she comes out of it, we don't know if she's going to be paralyzed or have some, you know, difficulties in speaking, walking, and talking. And can you imagine, you know, I mean, and then I'm just, you know, waking up and a whole week's gone by and I can't even imagine what happened. All I know is they kept asking me who's the president of the United States, and I kept thinking, Obama, don't you know?
Right.
Obama.
So you've survived. Most people you're very, not just lucky to survive, you're lucky that you were unscathed by that experience.
Bruno Mars's mom,
Yes.
you know, and she's a friend of mine, and that was very emotional for me because I interviewed Bruno when he was a kid. I knew his mother, and when I found out that she had a similar thing and she didn't make it, it really upset me because I had not had an experience where someone else besides me had a similar thing, and of course the comparison is awful. You know, I've had people come up to me and go, oh yeah, you had the same thing as Bruno's mom, but she died.
Right.
And then I have a guilt complex of surviving it.
Yes.
But yeah, I am lucky to be here, and my husband reminds me that the doctor said I'm only in like about a 2% of people who suffered what I did and made it.
Do you think perhaps you were given a chance to survive that because you have more stories to tell?
You know, that surgery or that incident happened May of 2012, and I'm still in recovery. I'm still rebooting my brain. I have short-term memory loss, but I've had a lot of time to think about, you know, what the heck happened and why am I still here? And yes, as someone put it very succinctly, that I'm now in a mode of life quality control. I mean, I can never be the person I was before, which is go, 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 gun, gun, gun. And I have to live the new normal, which is not as rapid as it used to be, but to be more mindful of each day, each moment, and continue to take care of my husband and my dog, who saved my life. I have to mention that. So yeah, it is kind of an interesting place. It's a very interesting place.
Any more stories you're thinking of making and telling out there?
Well, I've suddenly become very interested in healthcare. Isn't that something?
Right.
And spending time at 3 different hospitals for 3 different reasons. Mine was the aneurysm. My husband was because of cancer, and then my mom because she, you know, had a botched up surgery, and well, being 85, it was really a tough thing for her. But suddenly I'm involved in caregiving, elderly care, and just kind of learning about hospitalization and the tough navigation of going through all that for older people, you know. And so I'm hoping to do stories even about aneurysms, because people keep asking me what to do, how do I know?
There's little known about it.
Yes.
And there's no symptoms, so you can't really prepare. They don't know how it happens, so you can't really avoid. So it's really...
The only thing I would say is if you have high blood pressure and your blood pressure is spiking and you're getting headaches that you've never had before, go get an MRI. Don't even question it, because that's what happened to me. And I was trying to make my deadline of a TV show that was going to air while still taking care of my mom and my husband. And then I realized, you know, I'm not Superwoman, and I'm not 20 or 30 or even 40. But, you know, I have to be mindful of my age and what it is that I can do.